Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. I hope you're all doing well today. It is a beautiful day here in Maine. It's going to be sunny all day. We've had some cold and some weird rain and snow events happening, but today is going to be a sunny day, so I am grateful for that, and I will take it. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, and this is going to be a reading about choices. Well, you already know that because you clicked on it. But this morning as I was meditating and focusing on the energy for today and trying to listen to my guides and what they had to say, they had a few things to say personally, and then they told me to do a reading on choices. I don't know if I've ever done a reading on choices before. I know I've done one on discernment, but anyway, they wanted me to do a reading on choices. So when they give me a subject, then what I do is I look at my decks. All my decks are above me on a shelf. I ask them what decks they want me to use, and they let me know. And so they wanted me today to use The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, as well as The Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. And we'll see why when we look at those messages. For the tarot part of it, which I will do after we discuss the oracle cards, they wanted me to use the Llewellyn deck, which I call the Avalon deck or the Red Dragon deck. So we'll get to that shortly. Please do remember that this is a reading for the collective. It is not a one-to-one. So take what resonates personally for you. Take that and run with it. If something doesn't resonate, don't try to make it fit. Just take what resonates. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know I haven't been putting out as many videos, but I am working on myself and my commitment to walking and meditating every day. And getting better and deeper connections for you, so the messages that I bring will be better. I feel the dragons around really strong. I felt that for the past few days. Ever since I've been meditating daily, I feel their presence much, much more. All right, so let's get right into it. So the first card that came out is from The Wisdom of the Oracle, and it is the card Breathe. And this is 29, which is an 11, magical number, powerful number. So breathe. You see here, it looks like she's meditating and connecting because of all the light that's around her head there. She looks like she's on like a lotus leaf. There's a lot of light emanating from down here and from the lotus flowers around. So 29, breathe. And breath is very important, right? Breath is life. And we have to remember to breathe when we're in tough situations or any situation, right? So breathe. Patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. So what my guides have given me on that card is that so many of us don't listen to our own gut feeling, gut instincts, red flags, whatever our belly is telling us is an easier way. Maybe people can understand it. We need to be able to trust our own instincts and intuition. And when it comes to making choices, that is your best compass. Your best compass is how you feel. When you have two choices in front of you, think about each choice and how it makes you feel. If you were to choose this, let's take the example of jobs. Let's say you have two job opportunities, all right? Picture yourself in job number one. How does it feel to be in job number one? What are your feelings? What is your gut telling you? Picture job number two. Now, sometimes when we have offers like this, the way things are in this physical reality, we tend to go with the one that makes the most money or has the most wages. But is that really how we should be choosing things? We should be choosing things based on how they make us feel. I work part-time and I don't make a lot of money. In fact, my hourly wage is less than I made in 2013, believe it or not. but I like the fact that I can work part-time and still have health, dental, and vision benefits. I like that I can work part-time and still do this, okay? So when it comes to choices, you need to breathe, you need to think, sometimes meditate on it, but most of all, you need to listen to what your gut is telling you. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so this was 29, which is 11. And then using the Enchanted Map Oracle, 2 cards literally flew out of the deck, 10 and 19. And they add up to 29. Tell me that there are no mistakes when it comes to this. When you're connected to your guides, to your intuition, you will get what you are supposed to get. So 29. So basically this is 11 and 11. 11, 11. I just can't get over it sometimes, how Spirit can work through me and with me and side by side with me, guiding me every step. When they give me a subject, they're always spot on. Okay, number 10, rock bottom. So 10s are also completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And you see here how the bottom looks like rocks, but is it the bottom? Is it a wall? What are we looking at? There's a path on the bottom, there's a path on the top, right? Surrender and acceptance are the keys to freedom. Yeah, we need to surrender to our gut feeling, to our intuition, and accept when it gives us an answer. When your intuition is giving you a red flag about something, you need to accept it. Don't explain it away, right? It's your intuition, your best compass. So, as difficult as it may be to accept, it seems that you've reached a point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. Yeah, time for a change, right? Perhaps you've hit a proverbial brick wall or experienced a deep sense of loss and don't know where to turn. The old way of doing things must be discarded fully in order to move onward and upward. A new direction and a new strategy are called for. Wow, Spirit, thank you. So when it comes to choices, your old way of making choices needs to go out the window. Your new way of making choices needs to be, how does it feel? Is it right for me? Stop making choices because they're right for someone else, right? You are walking your path, you are doing your thing, and you need to make the choices that are going to serve your purpose. Now, I'm not saying walk all over people. I'm just saying in my life, I have made many choices because it was going to make someone else happy. I've made choices because I knew if I made the choice that I wanted, it would hurt someone else or make them upset. So I would choose based on how someone else was going to react. No, no, no. We're not doing that, okay? Number 19, Dragon's Lair. You see the flying dragon there? I just had a laugh when I saw this come out because the dragons have been around so strongly recently. So Dragon's Lair. You are always protected and divinely directed. Protected and divinely directed. Divine direction comes from your intuition. That's what your guides and ancestors are giving you, right? You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. Yeah, sometimes what we're choosing can feel scary because we're leaving the comfort zone, right? We're leaving the comfort zone. And we can't grow without change. So breathing, meditating, tuning into your gut, hitting a rock wall because you're doing the same things the same way over and over. allowing yourself to be challenged and knowing that you are divinely protected, divinely directed. I love that message for us. Yeah, we have to let go and surrender to our intuition, right? We need to follow it. Our guides are never going to lead us astray, but we have become disconnected because of social norms for the last 100 years or more, influences from the church, and from churches with the wrong intention, right? There are good churches, good pastors, good preachers out there, but we've been indoctrinated to discount our own inner compass. Okay, all right, Spirit, what do we have from the tarot on the subject of choices? What do we have from the tarot on the subject of choices, please? What is the message that you would like to get out to everybody regarding choices? What is the message? What do we need to hear, feel, see, sense, know? What is the message, please? What is the message, please? 10 of Wands. Yeah. Yes, heavy burden that you've been carrying, maybe because you made choices that weren't based on... Yeah, my alarm is going off, and whenever we hear noises, that is a punctuation, exclamation. You've been carrying a heavy burden, possibly because you made choices that were not best for you, but best for someone else. Number 3, the Empress. 7 of Cups, all about choices. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Don't carry someone else's, don't carry the burden of choosing something that isn't right for you. 8 of Cups, that's an emotional walking away. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, guides. Thank you for this message. All right, what else do you have for us on the subject of choice? On the subject of choice, what is the message for the subject of choice? What is the message for those that this is their reading? And remember, I said, take what resonates and leave the rest, right? This is general. I mean, I feel like there's something in here for everyone, honestly, myself included, because I have started to learn, maybe a couple of years ago, I started to learn that lesson that I had to make the choices that were best for me in my life, that were best for me. Okay, hang on, let me shuffle these. That were best for me and my progress and my positive progression, right? I had to stop making choices because I was worried about what someone else was going to think. Those are the worst ones. Oh, what is my mother going to think? What is my father going to think? 7 of Wands. Defending your position. Defending your position or defending the position of someone else. So you may have to defend your choices. Yeah, yes, you may have to defend your choices. And the Sun. Holy cow, the sun, the sun, the sun. That's where we get to when we listen to our intuition. All right. 10 of Wands. You are carrying the burden of making choices that aren't best for you. This is what I'm hearing. This is what my guides are saying. This is what the spirit message is regarding this card. 10s. Again, this is your second 10. Remember, we had this one. Completing a cycle and beginning of a whole new cycle. Stop making choices to please someone else. The Empress, number 3. 3s are creation and collaboration. The Empress is all 4 queens embodied. The Empress is feminine energy power. This is like Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. The Empress, you see her sitting in nature, her shield at the ready. There's a horse above her. There are birds surrounding her. Horses represent freedom, the freedom to choose. Whether you're masculine or feminine, male or female, we all have masculine and feminine. This is the feminine energy side, right? The Empress. The 7 of Cups. This is all about choices, sometimes chaos, sometimes too many choices. We need to narrow it down. So in this card, I love it. She's releasing, it looks like she's releasing butterflies, almost asking the butterflies to lead her to the right choice. Where are they going? They're going right to this heart with wings. Because you need to choose with your heart and with your body. When you choose from love, you cannot go wrong, right? Sevens are the number of reflection, thinking back about the choices you may have made in the past, and how you can make better choices going forward. Being heart-centered, heart-based, love-based, right, and intuition-based. And then you have the Eight of Cups. This is an emotional walking away. Now, the thing about this card is the cups are upright. They're standing there. All this emotion could be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this person has chosen to go a different way. This is no longer for me. I am leaving it behind. Eights are mastery and infinity. Mastery and infinity. And then we have the Seven of Wands, another seven. You have two tens, you have two sevens. The Seven of Wands. See, he's kind of standing there with that wand in his hand. He's defending himself against this is action and passion. So I'm thinking about somebody who's so passionate about their opinion that they're trying to force it upon you. But you feel that your way is the best way for you, and this is true. Every person has their own path and their own way and their own journey, and it is the best one for you, for each of us. My journey is not yours. Yours is not mine. Yours is not your husband's, wife's, children's, parents, grandparents, your co-workers. Your journey is yours, and it is the right path for you. Will you have to defend it? Maybe you will. Maybe you will. But whatever the case, you end up with the Sun. The Sun is number 19. That's another 10. This is the third 10 that you've had. Complete the cycle of making choices based on how it affects someone else, and start the cycle of making choices based on what's best for you, right? End the old way of doing things and begin anew with a new path, with new joy, with something new in mind. And that new thing is your own success and happiness. Now, remember I said we're not going to step on people to get there, but we are going to do it in such a way that it doesn't make us feel bad, right? The Sun is pure happiness. It can also represent Leo. The Sun rules Leo. But this card, I mean, just look at the card. The bright sun shining, it's golden. The horse is beautiful and happy and content with its rider. The rider is just riding along in bliss. The Sun, blissful happiness. The Sun is also a card of being content with how things are, even though it may not be 100% the way that you want it, right? So that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about choosing a job for only money or choosing the job that makes you feel good, right? So sometimes we have choices and one is great in a certain way and the other is great in a different way. We have to go with the one that makes us feel the best, okay? Go with the choice that makes you feel the best. And it may not be 100% what you want right now, but you can be happy in it and with it, right? We have to remember that. Sometimes being content because we have enough and not being greedy. Oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the Sun, being content and happy with what you have. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out and work on more things, but it may mean that it's slow and steady. What card? I think the Breathe card in the beginning was about patience and slowing down. They asked me to pull a card from the Oracle of the Universe. I'll probably need to get the book for this one, and hopefully I can read it, because this is the one that has the black pages with the really small writing. Oh, okay. Generosity. 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 Let me find that. Generosity is number 30. So that's progression, right? We had 7, 8. That's progression. We have 29 and 30. That's progression. I don't know what else we had. 7, 8, right? 7, 7, 8. All right. I digress. Numbers are important. Numbers are always important. All right, let me find number 30. Generosity. That is a fox. All right, hang on a second. I think it's a guy who's letting the fox take the fish. Vulpecula, generosity. Okay, hopefully I can read this. You see there's a man. This is the constellation Vulpecula. And you see it, I think, so the man has the arrow, the bow, excuse me, and he's looking at the fox who has a fish in its mouth or a duck. That's weird. I can't really tell what it is. Okay, let me go to the card. Sorry, guys. Ugh, trying to get this just right. Share your knowledge and good fortune. Break down tasks into teamwork. Assist those you know and don't know. Your generosity is often returned to you threefold. Being generous is one of the great joys in life. Do not give in expectation of a return. Whoops. Yeah. So I'm looking to see if there is, because that is a fox. And I'm trying to see. A small fox lost in the underground came to the gates and they got to talking. Cerberus told the little fox about his hunger. The little fox assured him that he could bring Cerberus something delicious to eat, such as a goose, if he told him how to get out. Since the fox had not entered the gates and he was technically still alive, Cerberus gave the fox directions and the fox left. Cerberus was almost sure the fox had tricked him and he would stay hungry, but soon the fox was back with a freshly killed goose. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like that story. I don't often read the whole thing, but I was curious. So Cerberus helped the fox get out of where he was, and the fox brought the goose in exchange. Now, it just said that we shouldn't expect anything in return for our generosity, so I'm not sure why that story was in there, but still, being generous does help us along on our path, always, right? We should not do things because we expect something in return, but we should be generous and loving because that's who we should be. There's just no other reason. You don't, and Christmas has kind of made this whole thing weird because it's like, if somebody gives you a gift, hopefully they're not giving it to you because they want you to give them something. If you do, then that's great. But, I have learned through the years that if somebody gives me a gift, I can accept it and be grateful. And I don't have to feel guilty because somebody gave me something. And neither do you, right? Neither do you. So beautiful reading, everybody. I love this for you. 1111, don't forget that. 29 and then the 29, which both pair down to 11, right? You had a couple of 3s in here. You had a 3, then you had a 30. That's creation and collaboration, right? Create with your guides. Create with your intuition. Listen to it, right? No longer carry somebody else's burden or the burden of choosing what's not right for you but right for someone else. Use your feminine energy and the power of all 4 queens to make those good decisions. Follow your heart. When you're faced with a lot of decisions of what you could do, a lot of choices, follow your heart. Follow your heart, follow your gut. Those are your compasses. The 8 of Cups. It's okay to say goodbye to things that no longer serve you. The 7 of Wands. Defending your position and doing what's right for you and no longer doing what's right for others. The Sun. The outcome. Being happy with what you have but feeling blessed and beautiful and happy and content. Right? Being generous along the way. Breathe, meditate. You are divinely guided and divinely protected. Divinely protected and divinely something else that rhymed and I can't remember. When you hit rock bottom, it means you have to make different choices. Okay, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this message as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Of course, you know, peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.